So my state is Alabama, and I was able to get a managing officer of the Huntsville Adult Probation and Parole Office to spend a few minutes answering my questions. Her name is Officer Smith, and anyway, she said that the caseloads, typical caseloads, are between 100 and 150 cases per officer. She said that the caseload is a lot of drug offenses, forgery, simple assaults, sex offenders. Some deal with violent offenders, current gang members, parolees out of prison on violent charges. So it kind of depends on the officer themselves also. She said that positive behavior is addressed by possibly having petitioning for early termination for the probationer. Supervision check-ins are reduced, and also they can get permission to take trips out of town, have the extra privileges that it does take to, it takes a lot of consistency of positive behavior and really following the programs to be able to have that. Negative behavior is addressed by increased supervision, which can look like electronic monitoring, increased check-ins, a restart of your probation, short turnaround stays in jail. Alternative sanctions could be a weekend in jail, community service, halfway backs, a few weeks in jail, ankle monitors, curfews, in-home breathalyzers. She said it depends on what the negative behavior is and also what crime they are on probation for. She said that some of the pros of being a probation officer is the community outreach, being able to be involved in the community, also being able to see the reformed probationer and parolees, and also that there's great career options depending which way you want to move. She said that some of the cons are definitely high stress, potentially very high risk, lots of hours, and it takes a lot out of you emotionally and mentally when you do see your probationers or parolees fail. She said there's not a set amount of times that a probationer is given an opportunities before they are revoked. She said it depends on what their charges are, what they're doing, if it's things like dirty UAs or just kind of little things here and there, not complying, paying their fines, things like that. They're going to be given a lot more times, and they will be given alternative sanctions, but not necessarily get their probation revoked. Now, if they're picking up new charges, of course, or they're just being blatant about not following the program, then they won't get very many opportunities. They'll work on write-ups, they'll work on a new plan, and if they're still not being adhered to, that's when they get their probation revoked. She said that it's really important for probation officers to build more trust with their parolees or probationers, that they can be someone that they can turn to when they're having a hard time and are about to do something that could mess up their probation, knowing that they can turn to them, that they really do have the best interest in mind. Also, to be community activists, get out in the community, see what's going on, how they can help. That's really important. And she said also for some probation officers, really need to look at the offenders differently. They need to not just see them as an offender, but actually see them as a person who does want to improve, who wants to be successful and share in their success. She said that she just thought it was really important that people know that most probation officers want to see a positive impact. They do want to see the probationers be successful, to go on to have successful lives. And they want to see the offenders have more opportunities by being successful on probation. just to build their confidence. And she just said it's a tough job, but it can also be very rewarding. And I have to say that I think that it's pretty incredible what they do. I know that AP&P, they have a really high risk job, and a lot of the time I think it's not easy. And I would say more than not, it's not easy. And I think that they really are the person or the people that can help change lives. Thank you.